Hello and welcome back to Jijo Speaks. And in this particular video, I'm going to answer the question, is there a syllabus in DILR? Some of you have asked this in the comment box, and I thought that I'll pick this particular topic, which I believe would be absolutely great if I could answer that question. Because there are a lot of problems. Let's start with the first problem. Can I define syllabus? If it exists, improve DLR strategy. Now, first of all, I don't know whether this exists in the first place. That we'll find out. But even if it's there, that's going to improve our strategy. Now, there are 4 sets, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's say at least in the CAT 2022 story. I don't know what's going to happen in 2023 anyways. But let's assume that there are going to be 4 sets. And you're asking, sir, basically, I know that we only have to solve 2 sets properly. And then 2 sets I can leave. So, I want to find out which are the very, very important topic. Okay, so if I for somehow help you understand, there are topic 1, topic 2, topic 3, topic 4, so on and so forth, till topic number 16, that's going to help you what? To try and focus on which is the important topic. How do you even define what is important? Second of all, some of you might be thinking, sir, I can leave some topic, no? So some topics, I will not solve. I will not study only. I have got amazing strategy. And can we define a topic in such a manner that nothing else exists outside of this? This has to be the syllabus. Now, but let's address this question in a slightly different manner. Okay. Now, this is a DLR scale score versus percentile. So I've taken from CAT 2017 till 2022. 2017, 18 and 19, the paper was 60 minutes. Overall, it was a 3-hour paper. 2020, 21, 22, it was a 40 minutes. So there was, during this period of time, we had 8 sets, 4 questions each, 32 questions, 96 marks. That was the case in those years. But when it became 40 minutes, it initially had 5 sets, couple of 4s, couple of 6 question sets. Then it went to 4 sets. 24 questions reduced to 20, couple of sets were 6, couple of 4, and then said, why are we giving undue importance? Some said, we'll keep everything fine. Therefore, whatever is the score that we are seeing here, I've taken 99 percentile score. This is a score for the 99 percentile for CAT 2022. This is a scale score, of course. And then 95th and 90th, but this is not going to help us. So let's look at percentage marks. Maybe that will help. And when I convert this into percentage, which is simply by dividing the marks divided by the total number of marks, we could say that, sir, now we can see something. Sometimes we can see this 48%, 47%, 46, 47%. That's good. And sometimes the paper is slightly easy. 56% mark and 54% mark. But does this help? So because at the end of the day, this is based on the total number of marks. This is based on 72. And this is based on 60. Can we compare these two? In fact, if you actually look at the scores, it's in fact exactly the same. I mean, this doesn't help. So let's go to the number of questions. Okay, alright. So this is out of the total 20 questions here, 10, 11. This is slightly better. You can see some 9s for the 90th percentile. This is slightly higher. Okay, we have got some, at least something 5, 6, 7, something. This is not helping. I can't figure out. Let's go to sets. How many sets should I solve? Which means, for example, if I have to get 10 questions correct, net correct, which means either I solve 2 sets completely, but then there's a scale score, which means one of the section could have been easier. Maybe you'll have to get more than 10 questions, which means you'll have to go to the 3rd set. In this particular case, so by and large, maybe if you look at 6 question net correct, means you have to definitely solve more than 1 set for sure. 2 sets. Maybe you're solving 1 set fully, or maybe 2 sets. The story is this. Wait a minute. Oh. This is like 2 to 3 sets, 2 to 3 sets, 2 to 3 sets, 2 to 2 sets, 1 to 2 sets. Number of sets makes sense. Because we are basing our decisions in this paper based on the sets. Now, if I keep our focus on, let's say, the 95th percentile, And we see this. What therefore we can see is, if I look at the 40-minute story, we actually can see that it doesn't matter whether the number of sets is 5 that is given to us, 4 that is given to us. We can only solve what we can solve in the given time. Even if they give 6 sets, 10 sets, 100 sets, is more or less what we can do in the given time. In 60 minutes, we are able to do at least 95th percentile score. We are able to knock off, let's say, 4 sets. In 40 minutes, we are able to knock off 2 sets. But then you will see, sir, wait a minute, sir. This is like 15 minutes per set, no? 60 minutes the total time. I'm doing 4 sets, 60 minutes. Here, I think we are taking 20 minutes. Maybe this thing has become very tougher. People need more time per set. No! Because what is happening in that 40 minutes is, I am basically guessing that first 5 minutes, you're sitting and figuring out which set to solve, which set not to solve. And assume that the first set you are able to do in 15 minutes. Time over is 20 minutes is gone for one set. The second set, let's say that you took another 15 minutes to solve. The time is already now 35 minutes. What are you going to do in the last 5 minutes? So it's basically the story is one and the same. So nothing is dependent upon how many sets are given to me. Largely is dependent upon how much time do I have. Now, you are still asking me, we started with, can I define syllabus? If it exists, improve DLR strategy. That was our question. Now, imagine these two scenarios, right? CAT 2017 and CAT 2022. I'm looking at the 95th percentile story. Where CAT 2017, I need to pick 4 sets and I can leave 4 sets. In CAT 2022, I need to pick 2 sets. I can leave 2 sets. Now, if I know somehow the syllabus and a strict syllabus exists, that nothing beyond this 16 topics, nothing beyond it. I mean, at least in this scenario, we have got at least more number of sets. So let's say that we could even decide, sir, I'm going to leave out these 4 topics completely. Okay, I think I can take the risk. Maybe at least 3 topics I can leave out. What do you do in this scenario of CAT 2022? But knowing this, are you saying that, sir, I will leave out 2 topics completely? But what do you even mean? That these 4 sets will be, one is from one topic, other is from other topic, third is from the third topic, fourth is from some other topic. Is that? I mean, second of all, the topic stops here at 16. There's nothing extra. I mean, this is my first problem. The second is, before I actually come to the second, I forgot I put this slide. Alright, the only reason why I put this slide is to just answer the question. In 2023, if it is 40 minutes, what do you like? This or this? Do you like more number of sets? Of course, with less number of questions per set. Or do you like less number of sets? Irrespective, whatever. I leave that up to you. Let's go to the second one. The challenges that exist in identify the clear topics. How can you say even topics of DLR? For example, data interpretation and logical reasoning. How is these two different in the first place? Sir, in data interpretation, there is no logic, only data. And in logical reasoning, only logic, no data at all. Here we are interpreting. Here we are reasoning. Interpreting is different, reasoning is different. We are reasoning logically. Here we are interpreting from data, no logic. But what I don't know. People have defined, for example, something known as a chapter known as bar chart is a chapter. Topic is bar chart. What that does mean? What does bar chart topic mean? So you get all these things come from bars or topic. Now if I look at this CAT 2017 paper, how will you define this? No, there is a bar. It is a bar chart. It's a bar chart. It's a bar chart topic. But if you look at this data, it's like saying that there is some happiness index of a country and it's given in three parameters. Computed is three parameter, S, F, and C. Each of these three parameters is measured on a scale from 0 to 8. As country is then categorized based on the total score obtained by summing the scores of all the three parameters. So in the category 0 to 4 means very unhappy, 5 to 8 mean unhappy, then neutral, then happy, then very happy. Following is a diagram depicts the frequency distribution of SFC in 10 countries, A, B, C, D, E, F, E, V, and so on and so forth. And then something is given as known. A and C jointly have the lowest total score of 7. Now you're looking at 7. How do I get 7? Basically, what is this data doing here? Is this entire thing depend upon understanding bar chart? And once you understand bar chart is over, so if by studying a topic known as bar chart, I will be able to handle this question just because a bar chart exists? And where do I start? What is this? This is what? This is what is the topic? Second of all, assuming that there's a table that is given to us. Oh, this is a table. Chapter 1 is a table. Okay. And obviously there could be questions based on this particular table. Whatever. Some basic arithmetic likelihood. Right. Growth, whatever. What if I give the table, same table in this particular format? Different chapter. Even if the questions are the same. What you need to do with this data and what you need to do with this particular data would make it a different chapter. Now I do agree that this is very obvious, 36. Here 36 you have to find out. But what if in the data I actually give this data also? This is 36, this is 41, this is 26 and 73 is also given in the actual diagram. Then I mean I do understand that you have to convert this into this and sort of answer the question. But fundamentally, can I then define that this is chapter 1, chapter X, and another chapter Y when it's presenting the same data in a different fashion? Does it even mean that the data, if it suddenly becomes into line, the same data, it suddenly becomes a different chapter? I mean, true that certain things we can interpret very easily. Okay, there's a growth which is here. Okay, visually I can say there's a probably the highest growth has happened here for this R. I could do all that. The data can even be presented as PQRS here. It could be presented with MNOP here. But does it become a different chapter? What if this data is presented like this? Spider diagram. Spider. True, I need to know how to interpret this diagram. But if I know how to interpret this diagram, it's basically this particular thing assigns a particular value of P to so that P, right? This P to this particular diagram which is R, which is here R there, and then that represent that particular value. That's all that means, right? I mean, of course, you will take little time to now convert that into the table to answer that question. But fundamentally, can I look at these very different chapters? And I think the reason why we find chapters defined like this is basically because we are stuck in the past. Now, if I go back and look at what happened in the 1990s, you look at in the 2000s, you look at this, and clearly I can see that there is something that I can definitely say is the data interpretation. This looks definitely look at the logical reasoning. Within data interpretation, I can list down at least a reasonable number of chapters. In logical reasoning, I can list down reasonable chapter arrangements, grouping. I don't know, arrangement within arrangement, linear arrangement, circular arrangement, matrix, conditionals, and whatever, the bar chart, line chart, caselets. We put caselets. Whatever is bar, whatever is doesn't have a diagram, there's a nice word, caselets. We're still stuck in the past. But how is it? In 2017, 2018, you have seen the paper, you have seen the mock test. What chapter will he give you for each of the, you figure out, no? You put a topic to the mock test that you did last time. Put the topic and say that how will I define this particular question? And I believe the biggest issue happens, this whole obsession that we have with syllabus or the obsession that we have with topic. Let me put it that way. The topic or whatever is the syllabus is how we decide to solve our strategy that we adopt when we deal with DLR section. Because we then define and say, once you define the topic, this is the topic that we came across, that we studied, right? That we saw in books and stuff. Within this topic, I have said there are certain things that is my strengths. Certain things are certain topics I don't know. So this helps me to create a better strategy. And then there are other topics, which is like I have not come across this. I have seen this particular topic set for the first time. I did not study this set. What is this set? I don't know how to deal with this. Because we have constrained ourselves, our minds, to the idea of a particular syllabus that exists in DILR. And even when I said strength, arrangement, linear arrangement. My complete strength. You give me 7 people, arrange them, I will arrange. You will arrange 7 people. In straight line, you will arrange. What is 7 people sitting in a flight with seat number here and seat number here? And let's say some constraint is given, you will be able to arrange. Are you telling me that if you know arrangement in general, you will be able to solve every single arrangement question? Or for that matter, you have got a weakness in set theory. Are you telling me that every single set theory question is inherently tough and there is no easy, basic set theory questions? And are you telling me the things that you have not seen before is something that you are incapable of solving? And I'll show you with data. Now, you know that from 2017 till 2022, all the papers are available in Career Launcher, the organization that I'm a part of. We have put these questions onto our portal. So in our portal, these tests are available for people to solve. Now these sets are solved by people who are preparing. For example, if I take CAT 2022 slot number 1, this particular paper is available in our portal. And these tests are being taken by students who are currently preparing. And I have that data. I obviously don't have whatever data that I'm going to show you, or people who actually took the CAT last year, but do have some data of how the people who are currently preparing for the CAT engaged with the CAT 2022 slot 1 paper. And let me show you this. And this, let me just show you this. Let me just show you, okay. Data interpretation has to happen. First of all, I present data. Let me explain the data. Very simple. This is again CAT 2021 slot 1 based on data from Career Launcher of students or present students who are preparing for it, have taken the test on our portal. Again, this is not the actual CAT data, right? This is a simple data. Here what I've looked at, this particular point here talks about the percentage attempt, which simply means for question number 1, 71% of the students attempt the question. And if I, for example, go to, let's say, question number 20, that is 18% of the students attempted the question. Okay, how many of the students took the test? 18% attempted question number 20, 71% attempted question number 1. And within those who attempted that question, this bar diagram talks about what is the percentage accuracy. How many of those students who attempted the question got the question correct? Which means what I can see here is 37% of the students who attempted that question, among those who attempted, got that particular question correct, number 1 question correct. And here what we can actually see is 93% of the students who attempted a particular question got the question correct. And this is an unbelievable data. We can see this. What I've also done is, if 93% of the students got the question correct, I mean, if the question is presented, whoever solved it got that correct, that question must be easy, right? So I have defined that anything above 60%, I've kept it as easy. Actually, this should have been easy. So let's do that. I think some coloring has happened. Anything above 60% accuracy, which means 60% of the students who answer the question, let me color this also, would be easy. Till about 50%, I made it about medium level of difficult level, about 60. And then less than, let's say, 40%, 30% is difficult, right? Simple. So therefore, we can see there are 4 easy questions here, four easy ones. Only 1 easy here. No questions very easy, but there are medium level of difficulty. I think at least there are 3 questions which medium level of difficulty. The last one we had 4 questions which are easy, and 1 which is medium level. Let's also count the medium level. 1 medium level of difficulty. There is 0 uh, difficult questions. 0 here, the 3 questions of medium level of difficulty, and 2 questions which are difficult. Here we have got 4 here, and 0 medium level of difficulty question, 1 was difficult. And here we've got 1 which is easy, and then we've got 0 which is medium, and 4 questions were difficult. Well, at least people struggled, whatever the reason. Now let's look at one thing about attempt. How did the population who took this test, what this is, now it's, don't answer how many people took the test, it doesn't matter. Well, whoever took this test, I think it's definitely more than 1,500. I think it was recently uploaded. Okay, but which is good enough. Just talk about behaviors of people. CAT 2021 and 2020, that's been there for a while. So there are more number of people who have taken the test. But I thought that the recent one will be a good idea to show you. Anyway, let's talk. Let's talk about attempt. If you look at, people loved question number 1 for whatever is the reason. 70% started attempting. By the time people reached question number 5, a lot of people ditched it. Set 1 was favorite. The next favorite is set number 2, which is about 40%. Coming to set number 2, the least favorite sets, where this one were attempted by 33% to about 20 to 30%. This we can actually see the 10, 15% attempt. Very less people attempted this question. That's a graph. Here also less number of students attempted this question. So the last one was set 3 and so this is set 3, sorry. Okay, I made a mistake. Sorry about that. Set 1 was the first favorite and set 3 was the second favorite. Teacher, what is this? Don't make mistakes. Okay. And the least favorite were set 2 and set 4. Sometimes this happens in data interpretation. No? We read something, when we go mark it, we write something else and we get the wrong answer, and then we come back and check, we say, hey, how did I do this? Okay, set 1, then set 3, then set 2 and set 4. Look at our how many greens we find. Accuracy wise, which is, according to this data, the easiest of the set, with 4 greens is set number 4, and with 4 greens is set number 2. But for some reason, people looked at set number 1 and set number 3, and let me show you why. And I have the 4 sets, and let's see what has happened. Set number 1 looked like this. University hockey team evaluating performance, 4 women, therefore just 4 players, 8 matches, 12 goals, a basic addition. This we can manage. This I think is possible. Set number 2, a lot of people ditched it. Why? I have no idea. Let's see. 15 girls, some boys, 1 day event, 2 day event, 3 day event, singers, dancers. No dancer is a singer. Some students are not interested attending the get together. Some not even attending the get together. So then they are 3 day event. Oh, this is too much. This is too much. I don't want to solve it. I did not solve it. But okay, all right, okay. Set number 3. A, B, C, D, E, F. Interviews in the process of funding. Interview is happening. Every interview individually interviews each candidate individually and awards a token only if she recommends funding. A token has a face value, nice, looks like some nice prime numbers. Each individual's token single value only 1,000. This is nice, I think. I have only 1, 2, and 3. Only 3 conditions will be very nice to solve. Let's solve this question. And we went there and solved this. The last one we just ditched. Shall I show you? 93%. It's not even competitive. This is like some level. 82%. 83%. 80%. Shall I show you? Sir, what is this? Oh, I am not this topic, na. This is a topic I have not studied. Oh, what is this? This is completely out of syllabus. My teacher never told me what diagram is this, sir? So many points. What is this? My goodness, I can't solve this. What? And I'm not going to solve this set. You try it once and tell me if it is difficult. What is the point that I'm making? I think our whole idea and obsession with this, how many L is it? 2L. Syllabus. Sorry, what is going to... Our obsession with topic, our obsession with this one is actually creating issues and problems. The moment we see something unfamiliar, we assume that that is something that I don't know how to solve because I've only studied these topics. I have not studied the topic that I'm seeing in the paper, something that is unfamiliar looking. I am assuming I don't have the capabilities to solve it. The whole business of syllabus and topic is what is causing problem in DILR. DILR is not difficult. And I'm sure there are some set will be difficult, but there are sets which you can solve. The reason why you don't get there, because you are in search of this idea called syllabus. But I'll still give you a syllabus. And I promise, I'll give you a syllabus. My syllabus. And for that, you need to understand the process. What is important in DILR is the process of solving the question, irrespective of whatever you do. At the end of the day, it's a process starting with number one, deciphering whatever is the data that is given to me in the form of text, in the form of data, in the form of chart. I have the ability to understand the information. I have it. I will not be afraid just because some crazy looking thing is given to me. I personally, I truly believe that I as a person and you as a person, we all have the fundamental ability to decipher information. That is step number one. Half the time we don't even go there. We just look at the set and we leave it. Not even trying, investing some time at least to look at what the set is asking. Once I get there, the second process is I have got this set, I understood the set. There are a set of questions that is given to me. I need to understand what is the journey that I need to do to get there. Can I straight away move from here to here? Or should I do a little bit of stuff here to eventually get the answer to the question? What kind of things that I need to do to get to the answer? Third, I have got ability in terms of whatever is information presented to me on the screen. I will first figure out whether how do I represent the information on the paper that I have, right? Whether I want to represent information in the same way or different way, and we keep calling this paper rough pad. First of all, it's not rough. I do rough work. This is for rough work. It is not rough work. It is life work. It is the most important thing for DILR. Your paper. This is not to do rough work. Stop calling it rough work. Oh, can you keep me rough sheet? What do you mean rough sheet? To doing what? It is the main important thing. Then I have got the ability to lay out the information in process. And then whatever is required, I can draw the inferences. I can do deduction. I can go beyond answer this question. Now, every single question may have different challenges. There will be certain questions where deciphering is easy. Like for example, there are less number of data is given. There are certain questions where deciphering is difficult, challenging. There are certain questions where identifying the what to do could be easy because probably you have done it before. But certain question it might be a bit challenging. Certain question layouting might be easy. Certain question it might be hard. Certain question resolution or eventually solving the question may be easy. Second question, this will be tough. It will be impossible for something to be like this. It will not be. That will never be the case. It will be some thing. Once you decipher and put the, then you can identify. It could be this. Could be one type of question. Some have a challenge. Maybe this. Something. The process, by and large, is very rarely is everything going to be here. If in most of question, if one particular portion is challenging, once you get past it, other you will be able to navigate. In some cases, probably every single step is easy. But the point is, if I look at DLR as a logical process that I'm supposed to do. And then if I define the syllabus accordingly, then I have 5 chapters. Yes, 5 chapters. Let me give you 5 chapters. Number 1, quantitative reasoning questions. You'll apply mathematical principles and numerical skills, and sometimes even dealing with set theory to solve this question. Right? So sometimes you're using arithmetic. Sometimes a basic algebra. Sometimes you can basic number theory. Sometimes set theory. Now this question is asking you any high funda maths that is there in the quantitative ability section, which also I don't call it high funda. It's like basic arithmetic, basic algebra, basic numbers, but want you to do reasoning with it. Which are the 2 numbers that I need to pick to answer this question? How do I manipulate this number a bit to answer this question? How do I get the numbers from the stuff that is given to me? So you've got quantitative reasoning. Second is data visualization. Some questions depend upon how we visualize the particular data that is given. You'll interpret data presented visually, like graphs or chart or any visual representation of the data. And whatever is the representation data, how crazy it looks, that is just how it look. You should know that you have the ability to decipher that data. Number 3, you've got a lot of these questions which are optimization problems. You'll find the best and most effective solution within a given constraints and condition. Constraints are given, conditions are given. Within that, how to arrive at the particular problem. Sometimes the question could be like maybe somebody is creating burgers. Okay, order some burger. Burgers with 3 process. The first one takes 10 minutes, second takes 2 minutes, whatever. Could be, let's say, the route. 4 places, there's a 4 route that is possible. Trying to look at the constraint. Logic, arrangement, grouping, or all that sort of questions. Wherein you are either your sort or group entities based on the rules and the condition that is given. There are entities A, B, C, D, E, F. And they behave in a particular manner. You just have to understand the rules, apply the rule, and answer the question. And certain questions would be inference-based questions. You will fill in the gaps, reasoning and deduction, with only partial information is provided. In some cases, you have got missing data questions. I think, and at the end of the day, it will be some combination of these. Some combination. But what you actually see, that all of you have these skills to reason using maths, to visualize the data that is given, to understand constraints and figure out how to deal with constraint that is given, to understand rules and how to apply rules, to draw inferences from partial information. You tell me, is there anything else? And add it in the comment box. If you found anything, any topic which doesn't fit in this 5 bracket, and you will get some combination of above. What we need to do is, of course, the first one, you want to build process. So if you're starting wherever you are, starting the journey, I think it is better to do with familiar ones. You are trying to find out processes. So, for example, in logical reasoning, there are chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3, so on and so forth. In whichever book that you have, DI, there are chapter, because you need to understand the basic calculation, basic interpretation of data. You've got growth, whatever, mean, averages. In some cases, basic arithmetic. I think doing some basic things would work, and this probably would require maybe about 60 hours worth of effort. But then you got to move. Wherein you can say that I can solve anything. I will learn to solve any kind of data that is presented to me. And where do I get these from? There are 2 very important sources. One is your mock test. Second is what? Second is your past CAT papers. Especially the one from 2017 till 2022. And this you should do. And what happens most of the time is that you did this start. You got these skills. You started solving the mock. And you dealt with these data. You start giving up. Oh, DLR is tough. It's a process. Continue it. Why are you crying? I think what you did when you did all of this is that you did not look at it from this particular fashion. You did not look at it from this process. But please do understand, when you did these things, which I'm sure you did already, if you've already done, you have the skills. It is the same process that you have to extend it to other situations. That's it. But if I don't sit and solve these questions, and I'm sitting and worrying about it, how is it going to help? Other thing that happens in mock test is that you've got these 4 sets. Somehow you solve, either you solve 1 set, and you do not solve 3 sets, and what you do is DLR stuff, and you left it without even relooking at these questions. In some cases, what's also happening is that you got this, you solved 2 sets, and you did not solve the 2 sets, but you got good percentile because you solved these 2 sets and saying, I'm happy. The thing, I will leave. You will keep on leaving. The things that you feel that you can't solve. You have to go back to this question. Solve this question. Learn. Look at the past CAT paper. Solve and learn. And you will build this reasoning. While I say there is no syllabus, this is a good starting point of getting your sort of basic in place. But once you do that, know that you have got the skills to do it. It is just that you're running away from the trouble. Just because you see small challenges, you basically start telling lies to yourself. That DLR is tough, DLR is tough, DLR is tough. How can it be tough when you didn't even try? So this question is tough. How do you know it's tough? You just left it and you didn't do anything about it. That's all you got to do. I hope this made sense. If you have any questions, you put that in the comment box. Now you go and study.